Professor Allan Lichtman, presidential historian, put together with a partner the 13 keys, metrics that when you look at them, if you get the majority against you, you're going to lose. And they take into consideration all these measures of the status quo, but also the individual. He says, based on the keys, although he's never done a race like this one before, Harris wins. But I don't see it. So I wanted to bring him back in. Professor Lichtman joins us now.
Great to see you,
first,
Chris.
Good to see you, Professor, as always. And I call you Professor because you are, but also in deference because you teach me all the time, and I benefit from you very greatly as a tool in my trade. One thing we both agree with, you have been getting a lot of teeth on the hiney in this election cycle that is different than your experience in the past. Even if people didn't like your prediction, they have not responded to it the way they are now. Tell us.
Yes. First of all, my predictions are totally nonpartisan. I predicted the two most conservative presidents of our time, Ronald Reagan and Donald Trump, along with liberals like Barack Obama. And believe me, predicting Trump did not make me very popular in 90% plus Democratic DC, where I teach at American University. I've been doing this for 42 years, and I'm constantly getting criticism. But Chris, I have never experienced anything close to the hate that has been reaped upon me this time. I've been getting feedback that is scurrilous, vulgar, violent, threatening, and even beyond that, the safety and security of my family has been compromised. We've had to notify the police. We've had to take very strong preventive measures. This should never happen in our society. And I have to say, I attribute it to the toxic influence of Donald Trump, a guy who's constantly stoking violence, who calls his opponent vermin are to be exterminated. I guess because I'm not predicting him, I count as vermin as well. But, you know, I get some amusing criticism, too. I can't tell you how many people say, I can't be trusted because I'm wearing a wig. Well, Chris, the hair is real, even though I'm 77.
Well, good to hear it, Professor. Sorry to hear about the other part. But you look, these days, that's what we sign up from. And I take solace I take solace in the fact that it's almost, for me, all social media. It used to be that when people wanted to kill me, they were with real groups and had real access and would give you a real plan. Now, it's just, you know, some jerk who's popping off most of the time. All right, so now, help me understand something.
Yeah.
Here's how I see it. Tell me what I have wrong. It's a grievance election. Therefore, it is Trump's to lose because he is the outsider. He is the disruptor. Harris is not running against Trump as much as she is running against that grievance. Groceries are not what they were. It's on your watch. The border's a mess. Absolutely on your watch. And then I didn't like Biden because I thought that he was losing it. They did a weird swap in with you, and you are not some huge figure that changes my analysis of my grievance. You lose. What am I getting wrong?
Yeah, nothing personal. I love you. I think you're brilliant. What you're getting wrong is you can always cherry pick particular factors and say these factors are going to decide the election. You could cherry pick other factors, like those who called it for Harris, and make the opposite argument. That's why it's nothing personal, but I don't take any prediction from anyone that doesn't have an extensive track record of successful advanced predictions. I have a 40-year record. I'm not saying everyone has to have a 40-year record. So my predictions have stood the test of time, and my indicators have always been right. And there are a very wide range of indicators that look at the economy,
let's put them up. Dusty, did you have the
country,
13?
Foreign policy, and don't cherry pick individual.
So let's just look at it real fast. Party mandate. Okay, fine. She's got it, even though that's a little bit of a weird one.
No, she
party
loses
contest. Right. She loses party mandate. Why?
It's based on U.S. House elections, and the Democrats lost House seats in 2022.
All right. So party contest is the one I'm talking about. But she.
Yeah. You know, I was very critical of the Democrats because I thought they were not only going to bump out Biden, but head for a big party brawl. and lose both the incumbency key and the contest key, which is very specifically defined. And no White House party since 1900 has ever won re-election when they've lost both those keys. Maybe the Democrats listen to me. I doubt it, but they, for once, seem to have grown a spine and a brain, and they united overwhelmingly behind Harris, avoiding the loss of the contest key.
See, I have a different take on the party contest key because I believe they screwed it up by not having a real primary. But okay, mandate, contest,
that's not how the key
incumbency.
Is defined. I'm sorry. As I said, I get this every day, people saying, we know better how to define your keys. That's fine. Develop your own prediction system. But if you're going to use my system, you got to stick to how the keys are defined.
Okay, so incumbency, we get it. Third party, he's out of it. He joined Trump. Short-term economy, you know, I think short-term economy, long-term economy, even though she could make the case, I think with the voters, they go against her.
But that's not how the key is defined. Voter sentiment changes all the time. I just saw a poll yesterday where she's leaped ahead of Trump on who's better for the economy. But that's not how the keys are defined. They're very objective, very quantitative. The short-term economic key says there's no recession in the election year, which there isn't. The long-term economy key says real per capita growth, which takes into account inflation during the term, has to be at least equal or greater than the average of the previous two terms, which includes Trump, and the Biden average is twice. It's not what I think. These keys not only have been predictive for 40 years, but developmentally, they go all the way back to 1860, when we had no planes, no automobiles, no radio, no television. Women couldn't vote. Blacks were enslaved. So they're incredibly robust. And of course, people are free to think what they want, but this is how the keys were developed and have stood an enormous test of time. Chris, can I be wrong? Of course, I'm a human being. You know, 160 years pattern can be broken, but the problem is you never know until afterwards.
All right. Listen, Professor, we'll talk about it once more, I hope, before the election, and then we'll talk a lot after it, okay?
I always own up to my predictions. I can always be falsified.
Listen, you got no problem with me, Professor Lichtman. I've been a fan and a friend for a long time, and that's never going to change. Professor Allan Lichtman, thank you very much. We'll see. I'll check in with you next week. Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.